Hola, turubim, konnichiwa, ¿cómo estás? Hello, and what it do? So thank you for listening to another episode of the J Boy Sports Podcast. And so today we are going to speak about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is one of the all-time greats, one of the top 75 best players that we've ever seen. When it comes to scoring buckets, I really don't think there's a lot of people that were better than him. And the craziest thing is he was probably only like 5'11". But a freak athlete, unusually lightning fast quickness. He was just something else. And probably one of the godfathers for, just scoring guards in general. And boy, could he score. To this day, in my opinion, I don't think anybody's been better at scoring at the guard position, at the little guard position. And by little, I mean maybe dudes under 6'3", 6'3" and under. I categorize as little guards. 6'3" is actually even pushing it a little bit, but I'll just be nice and say 6'3" and under. There's nobody that's ever scored the basketball better than Allen Iverson. Not even close. But even a lot of big people have never scored the ball as good as Allen Iverson. So today, what he was discussing, actually, somebody asked him the question of, how good was your draft? Now, this doesn't really have to do with... It kind of trickles off into him talking about Kobe Bryant, and he ends up speaking about how if he had the Sixers pick, he would have picked Kobe Bryant over himself. Now, a little bit of that is just obviously, Allen Iverson is basically paying homage to his friend that he misses and he loves. But also, this is hindsight, right? So we're looking further out into the future. When they got drafted, there wasn't nobody talking about Kobe over Allen Iverson. All the accolades and the things I was just talking about with him, he was that good. The Lakers lost one game in the NBA playoffs in 2001, I believe it is, and they lost it to Allen Iverson with a Herculean 48-point effort and one of the most iconic bombs when he dropped it. Was that a three? I think it was a three. Hopefully it was a three. Otherwise, I've been getting it wrong all this time. Dropped an iconic three over Tyronn Lue and stepped over him. But per usual, Allen Iverson, as per usual, he's a really nice guy. So when he talks about that, he says, I didn't even mean to step over Lou like that, And I believe him because Allen Iverson is very humble and everybody likes him. There's nobody that don't like Bubba Chuck. He's a real one. So, and definitely a culture setter, a trend setter. He was one of the original culture setters. So we're going to listen to what he has to say real quick, and then we're going to discuss. And I know the title of this video is AI says, he would have picked this Kobe over himself if he was the Sixers at the time. But what really is good about this video, too, is he talks about how deep the draft was in 96. This draft was loaded, and he said it was so loaded that Kobe was the 13th pick. So in my opinion, this is the best draft of all time, but, it's up for discussion. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Who else was in that draft?
We had the greatest draft ever.
What are some of the names we would immediately recognize?
Kobe was 13. We're going to do it like that.
He was 13 years old.
No, he was 13.
Oh, he was 13th in the draft.
Yes.
Oh,
so that lets you know how crazy the draft was. If he 13, then you already know how crazy the draft is.
but Kobe was coming out of high school. Though.
What you mean?
He was coming out of high school. They didn't really scout him like that, did they?
I don't know how they didn't. Because if I was the 76ers, I would have picked him.
I would not have took Chuck, man. Just
if I was the 76ers, I would have picked him.
So you was well aware of Kobe's skill set.
No, I ain't know that.
The Lakers didn't know how cold Kobe was, Willie. They let Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel start that shit. Jones was the shooting guard. Man, when they let Kobe get off that bench.
And so you see here, the great Allen Iverson is speaking about his dear friend Kobe Bryant and how if he was the Sixers, he would have picked he would have picked Kobe Bryant over Allen Iverson, which is funny. And again, I don't take that super literally. I also think he was just being nice and doing a service to his friend. But Allen Iverson, he respected Kobe Bryant a lot. He respected Kobe Bryant a whole lot. And like he said, the draft was so deep that Kobe Bryant was 13th. If you take a look at this picture, there's so many great players in this picture. Allen Iverson, obviously, Stephon Marbury, Marcus Camby, Jermaine O'Neal, Steve Nash, There's, Kerry Kittles was nice. Antoine Walker was a monster for a while. And a lot of these guys got started faster than Kobe because, like the brother said at the end, Kobe had to sit behind Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel, and also he was straight out of college. So they didn't play people back then. Like Jermaine O'Neal's in this picture. Jermaine O'Neal had a nice little window where he was super nice. Very talented, very skilled, great defender, great offensive player. That Pacers team was tough. They just lost to a Pistons team that did what they did a little bit better than the Pacers did. But they were very similar teams, and that's why they had that Malice in the Palace joint, but that's for another video. But just to give you an idea, like their draft was stacked. Everybody was nice, and it might have took some guys a little longer because, they just didn't play younger guys like that at the time, especially if you came to a team like the Lakers that had an all-star in Eddie Jones and an all-star in Nick Van Exel. But, eventually Kobe broke through, like that guy said, and he got cut off, but he was basically going to say, and he never looked back. It was unfair after that. And so this was just a nice little video that I thought was interesting. If you're a Kobe Bryant fan, these are the type of things you hear, and, it's a nice little, gives you a nice little warm feeling in your stomach to hear these good things about Kobe Bryant, that other people appreciated him the way that you may have and respected him for his craft. So thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Much love, much appreciation. And one more time, because I said it too early, much love.
I can tell that somehow you never get over leaving.